Pray to the moon when she is round. Luck with you will then abound. What you seek for shall be found on the sea or in the ground. I am Sea, the moon goddess, and I control the seasons and storms that influence the agricultural life. Because of my supernatural powers, I am considered the supreme deity. The people of Moche, present-day Mochica, on the north coast of Peru are the ones that worship and make sacrifices to me. These sacrifices are done by priestesses, and they play a key role in the sacrifices that are made to me. Their key role is performing the actual ritual and collecting the blood from the person who's being sacrificed to me. Now, the sacrifices that are to my liking are when their limbs are torn out from their sockets and their jaws are missing from severed skulls. Typically, young men are sacrificed, specifically men that are captured during combat. Because I have control of the seasons, the priestesses often put the bodies of the ones being sacrificed above soft grounds caused by rains of El Niño. El Niño is a very strong storm that I inflict on the humans for a number of different reasons. Some of them being that the humans disappoint me, and others being that agriculture need it. However, putting the bodies on the soft ground sometimes makes me alleviate from inflicting environmental disasters on humans. Many bodies have also been placed on huacas de Moche, and not only does this please me, but other gods as well. Aside from sacrifices being offered to me, spondules, which are shells, are offered to me, and they are extremely symbolic in ancient Peru. These spondules are presented to me as a whole like this, or in parts, which may be like this, or like this. These spondules are an elite mortuary offering to me, or any other god, which is why they are very significant. Now you may be wondering, why am I worshipped so much? Well, here's why. The north coast of Peru, aka Moche, strongly believe in me, the moon goddess, and so I'm worshipped in a special temple called Sian, also known as House of the Moon. People who worship me do so by making sacrifices which show their loyalty to me, and I then help them out with storms, help them out with seasons to make their agriculture better. Many females worship me because the moon is associated with silver and females. And for that reason, I have a lot of female followers. Priestesses are also highly associated with silver, and so that is why they are the ones that carry out the rituals, carry out the sacrifices, and do all the important work. Lastly, the priestess's tool boat, which they use during the rituals, is in the shape of a crescent, which represents me. And now that you know some of the stuff about me, are you ready to worship me? Now speaking as Adriana Nazario, when I first read this, I was pretty surprised learning all the violence that was involved in these rituals in ancient Peru. But knowing this now, I can see the correlation between violence then and violence now. Violence then was making rituals, beating these people to make sacrifices, and violence today in Peru is harming people on the streets, harming people when they're walking around. I, for instance, every time I go to Peru, take off all my nice jewelry. I don't walk around with the nicest stuff because I know that if I'm seen with nice things, that some people may come up to me and try to steal it from me, try to stab me to take it. They inflict violence to get what they want. And this isn't necessarily the same violence as violence that was used in ancient Peru, but there's still the similarity of violence still being used by humans in Peru. Knowing all of this, I'm still very intrigued to find out more about Peru and just learn about the different kinds of rituals, because that is where I'm from and I would like to know more. even if that means finding out some stuff that isn't really to my liking and is a little bit more on the violent and gruesome side.